Served hot, just the way you like it. Here's your weekly serving of food, news, and views. Tim Beeman, Stephanie Hess, and Nikki Miller-Ka are Tart and Tangy Triad.
Hey guys, this is Tim from Tart and Tangy Triad, reminding everyone to go to the website tartandtangytriad.com. Like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. You can now hear us on iTunes and on Stitcher. So if you have those on your device or your computer, just subscribe, and every time you open up that program for any of the Tart and Tangy or Less Desirables or Fan Interference or Camel Say Dispatch shows, those are all on the network, then if you have subscribed to those and you open that program, the newest webisode, if available, will be there for your listening pleasure. This week, Stephanie talks about an important figure in culinary history named Mary Randolph. One thing she does not mention is Mary Randolph was the first woman to be buried in Arlington National Cemetery. So until next week, the 12th of August, my name's Tim, saying thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Bon appetit.
Hi everybody, hope you're having a great week. As I mentioned on the podcast on Tuesday, this coming Saturday is the birthday of a great figure in culinary history, and that would be Mary Randolph. She is the author of one of the earliest, did you hear that, Nikki? One of the earliest cookbooks, and it was called The Virginia Housewife. It's actually still in circulation today. You can find it for free and download it on the internet. It's actually one of the main cookbooks that's used for the Foodways Department at Old Salem. Mary Randolph was an interesting lady. She was a descendant of Pocahontas. She was also a descendant of Thomas Jefferson and George Washington. She was an aristocrat, but shortly before she wrote The Virginia Housewife, she fell on some hard times and really wrote it as an expression of how to get by in hard times. And a couple of other things to know about the cookbook is it was one of the first acknowledgments in a Southern cookbook of the African roots and background of a lot of the recipes and where a lot of those came from. And also introduced gazpacho for the first time in America, which we were talking about on the show as well. So if you get a chance to look up The Virginia Housewife, and maybe you'll learn something. Have a good week. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the contributors and are not necessarily shared by our distributors or hosting company. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced without express written consent of such and such limited, Inc.
Yeah, girl.